Hello students, welcome back. Let us continue with our chapter that is limited use of water to waste. So the topic we are starting is ways to conserve a water. What are the possible ways which we can include in our life and we can conserve a water? So first is repair taps leak. Wherein all there is a leakage, we have to repair that so water will not be wasted. Use buckets and mugs instead of shower. Turn off the water while brushing your teeth. This is the most common thing which we have to take care of. Then turn off the water while washing the vessels, clothes and etc. Whenever we are washing anything, we have to fill the vessel and then we have to wash it. We should not do washing under running tap. And the last one is don't throw waste in reservoirs. Reservoirs includes everything. Man-made reservoirs and natural reservoirs like lake, pond, etc. and the check dams and artificial tanks are coming under the man-made reservoirs. One of the man-made reservoir and that is a dam, under that rock-filled dam we are going to discuss about it. Hello students, do you want to excel in maths and science? We have some don't memorize courses for you which will help you in your preparation of maths and science. I have given the links in the description. You can avail the 90% of the discount. Don't memorize courses are part of Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. So this is the structure of Rockfield Dam. Here this is a huge slope and here we are creating a reservoir of the water. So it has a three major part. First, fill of loose rock by dumping or roller compaction. So here loose rocks will be there. We are dumping the rocks and we are making a compaction. Then second, impervious membrane of concrete. So impervious membrane we are making. This is a membrane so that the water will not go out. And then the transition layer will be there and that is how we are making a rock-filled dam which will reserve a water which is a man-made reservoir and it is a good conservation site of water. Our next and most important topic is sorrow of earth. So the main two key points are unsustainable extraction of the water and over extraction of the water. What is the meaning of unsustainable extraction of water? That we are extracting water from the underground, we are taking water from the reservoir and those activities are unsustainable, that is not supporting our environment. And we are using it such a way that we are harming the nature, we are harming the reservoirs and we are harming the water amount on the earth. So first is unsustainable extraction and second is over extraction. That whatever our need is, more than that we are extracting a water such that the water level, the underground water level has been fall more than 300 meter down. So these activities are unsustainable, that we cannot. So these activities are unsustainable. Unsustainable means it is not compatible with the nature. It is harmful for the nature. So first is dams alter the natural flow of river. So it has caused water scarcity. Then second, soil moisture is lost by land degradation. Land is degrading day by day because we are cutting and chopping down the trees. So soil degradation is happening and that is why the level of soil moisture has been reduced. And because of the poor farming practices. What are the poor farming practices? That use of pesticides and the chemical fertilizer. All this will affect the soil quality, it will reduce the soil moisture and the deforestation. When we are chopping down the trees, soil texture will loosen up and soil will degrade faster. Then third, surface water is got polluted by chemicals used in industries and household. Not only at the industry level, but in our houses also we are using enough chemicals which will pollute our reservoirs, lakes and ponds. Then last one and very important point is population. That by 2050, our population will reach till 9.3 billion. So on the earth, the 9.3 billion people will be there and at that time 2 out of 3 people will be living in water scarcity. There won't be enough water which will suffice the need of all the people on the earth. So this time is very crucial that we have to conserve water, we have to reduce our need, and definitely we should not do over extraction and we should not do unsustainable practices on the earth which will cause harm to the natural reservoirs and to the nature. Our next topic is water treatment plant. So when we are collecting all the sewage water through the drainage system to water treatment plant, we are treating the water and we are making it safe for the nature and then we are discarding it. So how to check that whatever treatment we have given to the water, that water is now safe for the environment. So for this there are 3 types of processes. First is biological process, second is physical process, and third one is chemical process. Let us start with the first process, and that is biological process. Here in the first stage we are taking the organic matter which contains vegetable waste, fruit peels, all those matter we are collecting into a jar, a glass jar, transparent glass jar, and we are adding 3/4 amount of water into that. Then we are closing it, keep it under a sunlight for 2 days. After 2 days, we are taking a sample from that water. We are checking it and we are labeling it a sample number 1. At this stage, we are also checking the smell of the water. Then at the same time, once we are taking a sample, after that, we are keeping aerator into a jar. What is the meaning of aerator? Aerator we are using into an aquarium to pass the bubble so that the proper oxygen amount and air amount will be there in water so that fishes will survive in our aquarium. So that aerator we can use it or we can put it into that, or if aerator is not there we can also use mechanical stirrer and we can pass some air into that. Now why we are passing this air into that? Because it will allow complete amount of aeration into the organic matter. It will allow the growth of the organism and aerobic bacteria. Aerobic bacteria requires oxygen from the air to grow and it will decompose the matter. And that's why we require proper amount of aeration into this sample. So aeration helps organism to grow and break down the waste material or organic matter faster. It will break down all the organic matter, and that is our stage where the biological process will be completed. Now our second process is physical process. Whatever water we got it from the biological process, after aeration treatment, that water we are filtering here. So how we are going to do that? We are taking one filter paper, we are folding it to half and then folding it to 3/4 and we are making a cone. That cone we are keeping into a glass funnel like this. This dotted line represents the filter paper, and after that into that filter paper which is inside the glass funnel, we are adding the sand first, then we are adding the fine gravel, and then we are adding medium gravel. So once this setup is ready, we are pouring the aerated liquid. This aerated liquid will get filtered out from the medium gravel, fine gravel and sand, and we will collect it, filter it into a beaker. So this is our second step, and that is known as physical process, because here we are filtering the aerated liquid which we are getting from the biological process. Now the third and the last process is chemical process. Here we are taking the filtrate which we have filtered out through physical process, that we are pouring into a test tube. Into that test tube we are adding a piece of chlorine tablet. Now we have to mix well until the water is clear. This is known as chemical process. Why we have added this chlorine tablet into this water, into this filtrate? Because chlorination will kill all the germs and harmful bacteria and it will make water safe for the use. So when we are adding a chlorine tablet into a filtrate, this process is known as chlorination. And this we are doing it as a part of chemical process.